I'm Vitsie, and I know lots of things. I live right in your own TV. I'm Vitsie, and I know lots of things. Wanna know something? Watch me. If you got a minute, or if you got 10, you're looking for something to do. I've been looking for you, my friend, and I've got so many things to show you. I'm Vitsie, and I know lots of things. I live right in your own TV. I'm Vitsie, and I know lots of things. Spend a little time with me. Vitsie, spend a little time with me. Vitsie, spend a little time with me. Hey team, how are you? I'm Vitsie, Vitsie Video Sitter, and I'm fine, thank you. What should we do today? Got any ideas? What if we were to visit one of the most mysterious and wonderful places on Earth and meet some giant creatures? Bigger than your house. Some even bigger than the biggest dinosaurs that ever lived. And some just your size. The place I'm talking about is the ocean, and the creatures are sea mammals. So come on, let's dive in and have some fun! Whales and kittens and you and me, we're all part of the mammal family. Whales and kittens and you and me, we're all part of the mammal family. There's a family of animals that we're part of. They're the warm, fuzzy mammals that we know and love. They all have fur, what you might call hair, and they're all warm-blooded and they all breathe air. They all grow babies in their abdomens, and they love those babies and they care for them. Horses, dogs, and people, elephants, and mice in the mammal family, to be precise. What you may not know that may surprise you is that whales, seals, and walruses are mammals too. Whales and kittens and you and me, we're all part of the mammal family. Whales and kittens and you and me, we're all part of the mammal family. Yee-haw! So, you've got cousins living in the ocean. I think I can see the resemblance. Mammals are warm-blooded animals that have hair and breathe air. Mammal babies grow inside mammal moms who love and care for their children. Sound familiar? Feel the skin on the back of your neck. Is it warm? Uh-huh. Feel the top of your head. Got any hair? Does your mother lay eggs? No? Then see, you are a mammal. And sea mammals are your cousins. Okay, let's pretend we're rowing our boat out to sea. Pull! Push! Pull! Push! Good! Pull! Push! Once we're out far enough, it's time to drop anchor. Are you ready for a pretend swim with Vitsie? Well, hold your breath, 'cause here we go. Wow! The ocean sure is big. Wet, too. And it's much noisier than I expected. Hey, quiet down! There, that's better. So which animals are sea mammals? Do you know any? Well, let's start with the grandest animals of all, the giants of the sea, your cousins, the whales. Did you think the giant whales only lived in fairy tales? Biggest things you'll ever see are of our mammal family. Intelligent and friends to man, too big to ever live. Enormous smiling baleen whales strain the sea for tiny krill. Humpback right whale, blue and gray, hear them sing from far away. Some migrate to have their young, feed them whale milk in the sun. Swim and jump and play and sing in their ocean home. Whales with teeth catch fish to eat, click to find them in the deep. Beluga, narwhal, orca, sperm, dolphins who are so quick to learn. Bulls and cows and calf children swim with flukes and steer with fins. Swim and jump and play and sing in their ocean home. Whales have fat to keep them warm, skin not scales, fins not arms, hold their breath and dive so deep, come up with a giant leap, spray out water through blowholes. Whales live to be 50 years old, swim and jump and play and sing in their ocean home. Swim and jump and play and sing. I wouldn't hurt them for anything in their ocean home. Now there ought to be some whales around here somewhere. Do you see any whales? Where? Behind me?
Say, what's happening, Vitsie?
Oh, hi, Bobby. Hey, guys. This is my friend, Bobby Blue's baleen. Bobby is a blue whale. Blue whales are baleen whales, and when fully grown, are the largest creatures that ever lived on Earth. Larger than even the largest dinosaurs. When you first look at baleen whales, they all look like they have a mustache in their mouth. But look again. Hey, Bobby, would you mind opening your mouth for my friends, please? Inside a baleen whale's mouth are lots of pieces of whalebone called baleen instead of teeth. Baleen is made of thick, hard material like your fingernails. Thanks, Bobby. Baleen whales use their baleen like a giant strainer to trap food that lives in the water. When they open their mouths, water rushes in loaded with hundreds of tiny krill and plankton. Then the whale closes its mouth and forces all the water out through the baleen, leaving just his favorite food to eat. Yum, yum. Pretty neat, huh? Hey, try this. Hold your arms wide open like a baleen whale's mouth. Pretend your fingers are the baleen that will trap the tiny creatures. Fill your arms with pretend watering creatures. Now put your fingers together like baleen and let all the water run out, but not the tiny creatures. It's kind of funny that the biggest creature in the sea survives by eating the smallest ones.
Yummy. Well, gotta go. Bye, Vitsie. See you, kids.
Bye, Bobby. Boy, he sure is big, isn't he? I didn't want to say anything while Bobby was here because I wouldn't want to hurt his feelings. But a lot of his size is just fat. I mean, he can't help it. That's just the way blue whales are made. Whale fat is called blubber, and all whales have it. It helps to keep them warm, like wearing a heavy winter coat. Their sounds can travel 100 miles underwater. Speaking of sound, do you hear that? It's the humpback whales. Humpback whales are called the singing whales. They sing long, complicated songs to each other, but nobody has been able to figure out the words yet.
What do you think they're singing about?
Humpbacks are also baleen whales, and like other whales, they have two wing shapes on their tails called flukes. Whales move their flukes up and down in the water to propel themselves forward.
Try this. Lock your thumbs together like this and move them up and down like a whale's fluke. Good. If you take a close look at a humpback, you'll notice that its side fins are longer than other whales.
They use them to hold their babies close and to steer through the water.
Many whales, including the humpback, like to jump all the way out of the water and crash down with a splash. This is called breaching. Some scientists think that whales are trying to loosen barnacles or little animals attached to their bodies. Others think it's the whale's way of getting attention or shouting, "Hey, you guys!" Show off.
Our next baleen whale is called the right whale. These whales got their name because whalers, or whale fishermen, used to say, "Hey, these were the right whales to catch."
Okay, touch your nose. Now touch the top of your head. If you were a whale, your nose would be on the top of your head and it would be called a blowhole.
Baleen whales have 2 blowholes, and other whales have 1. Sailors would watch for whales who came to the surface of the water to breathe. Blowing water out of the blowhole is called spouting. When sailors saw this, they would shout, "There she blows!"
Serves him right. I still don't understand why anyone would want to hurt these guys. Watch out, boys and girls. Whale crossing.
That was a pod of gray whales. The gray whale is a baleen whale that takes a long winter vacation each year, traveling from its summer home in Alaska to its winter home in Southern California. Hey, man! This trip is called a migration. Whales travel in family groups called pods. Gray whales like their babies to be born in the warmer southern waters, but there's more food up north. Here's an easy way to draw your very own baleen whale. First, trace around a hair comb. This will be the baleen in the whale's mouth. Then, draw the rest of the whale around it. You can make a blue whale or a humpback, maybe a right whale or one of our traveling friends, the gray whales. Remember, these are all baleen whales.
Not all whales have baleen. In fact, many of them have teeth, and these whales are called toothed whales. Catchy name. Toothed whales eat big fish.
Sperm whales love to eat giant squid that live deep in the ocean. But it's really dark down there, so whales have a very special way of finding things. They make very high clicking noises, which travel through the water, touch a fish or a rock, and then bounce back to the whale's head. Whales hear this sound in a special way through a large part of their forehead called a melon. Watermelon? Nah. The way the sound bounces back to them is just like an echo. Oh, oh, oh. And this way of finding your way around is called echolocation. Nation.
Hey, I know. I'll cover my eyes and make some clicking sounds. When you hear me click, then you make a clicking sound right back to me so I'll know not to bump into things. Okay? Let's try it. Click. Click. Click? I can't hear you. Are you clicking back? Click. Oh, hey, that's better. Click. 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 Oh, whoops. Oh, well, I'm not a whale. They're really good at this.
To dive down for a giant squid, the sperm whale may have to hold its breath for 1.5 hours.
No one has ever seen the tremendous battles that occur between the giant squid and the sperm whale. But people have seen the circular scars the size of teacups on the whale's skin. These are made by the squid's suction cups on its 10 arms that are each as long as a school bus. They must really love the taste of squid. The story of Moby Dick was about a sperm whale, a white one. Bull or dad sperm whales are very protective of their wives, called cows, and their children, called calves.
In fact, sperm whales have been known to attack boats if they think their families are in danger. Another toothed whale is the white beluga whale, which looks like an iceberg floating in its northern Arctic waters.
Belugas are often called the canaries of the sea because of the whistling noises they make. Can you whistle? Well, I'm still working on it. You just pucker your lips like giving a kiss and blow air through the little hole. Try it. I think it sounds easier than it is. Oh well, keep practicing.
Beluga whales travel in large schools and are still hunted by Eskimos for food.
Do you believe in unicorns? What if I told you that there are unicorns in the ocean? Well, it's true. They're actually a very special type of toothed whale called a narwhale.
Narwhales are the grayish-white cousins of the beluga. The dad, or bull narwhale, has a long twisted tusk that makes it look like the unicorn of the sea. The tusk starts out as a left upper tooth and then grows through the lip and keeps growing until it is as long as your dad is tall.
How would you feel if you had a tooth sticking out of your lip? Try this.
Draw a picture of your face. Then poke a straw through the paper where you drew your lip. That's how you might look if you were a narwhale.
What would you do with a giant tooth? Watch out for revolving doors.
Try this. Match the whales that are alike. These are right whales. These are sperm whales. Did you match them correctly? Next are the beluga whales. And finally the narwhales. Very good.
When you think of whales, I know you usually think of really big animals. But did you know that dolphins are whales too? That's right. They're part of the toothed whale family.
Dolphins are often called the people of the sea. Like people, they've got different personalities. Some are shy, and some are friendly.
Like people, they take care of each other when they're sick. They lift the sick one to the surface to breathe every few minutes.
Dolphins need to breathe every 2 to 12 minutes. Like people, dolphins babysit for each other. And if you listen carefully when they talk to each other, you'll notice they even take turns speaking.
Dolphins also use echolocation sounds to tell what's in front of them. No matter how dark the water, they always know what is ahead. Say, that would be pretty handy for finding your way to the bathroom in the middle of the night. What else would you like to find in the dark?
Some scientists think dolphins use a special sound we can't hear to confuse the fish they are trying to catch. The fish stop swimming away, and the dolphins eat them. It's a special zap weapon, but they never use it on each other.
There are many stories about dolphins being a friend to people. One story is about a woman who was not strong enough to swim in the ocean. A dolphin pushed her to the top of the water so she could breathe. Then he pushed her to the beach, saving her life.
Today they are married with 3 kids. Another dolphin loved playing with children, and for many months came to the water by one beach to give children water rides and to play ball.
In some ways, dolphins are as smart as children who are 4 to 7 years old. You're probably about that age. Wow! That's pretty smart, isn't it? Or they may have a type of intelligence that is different than ours, but just as good.
One of the smartest group of whales are the orca whales. Orcas are really very large dolphins.
Their distinctive black and white pattern makes them easy to spot. These guys are commonly called killer whales because they like to eat sea lions, seals, dolphins, and large fish. Many people mistakenly believe that they are man-eaters, but this just isn't true. Orcas have never been known to intentionally hurt humans. Orcas love to spy hop. This doesn't mean they jump over foreign agents. Spy hopping is when an orca stands up out of the water and looks around.
Here's an idea. Let's make an orca mask.
Make a pattern by gluing black and white pieces of paper all over a page. Next, cut 2 eye holes and add a string to tie it around your head.
How do I look with black and white together? How would you feel with 2 colors?
Whales are truly special. They are smart and graceful. But many whales have been killed by whalers. We hope our cousins the whales won't disappear like the dinosaurs.
What do you think we should do to save them?
Swim and jump and play and sing. I wouldn't hurt them for anything in their ocean home.
There are many sea mammals besides whales. Let's meet some.
The furry mammals of the sea live close to the land. Otters, seals, walrus, and manatee stay on ice, seaweed, or sand. They all eat creatures of the sea, the mussels, crabs, and the fish. Except for the big old manatee, seaweed is his favorite dish. Yum, yum, they have such personalities. The otter, seals, walrus, and manatees. Otters, seals, walrus, and manatees keep their fur clean and beautiful, and most like to be with their families, the cow mothers, pups, and the bulls. I always wanted to be a seal. They look like they have so much fun. They swim and play in the ocean waves and lie on the rocks and sun. They have such personalities, the otter, seals, walrus, and manatees. They're very much like you and me, the otter, seals, walrus, and manatees.
Let's meet the sea otters. These guys are really playful.
The sea otter is a member of the weasel family. A sea otter's fur is so thick that it's totally waterproof. Only the tips of the hair gets wet. This helps to keep them warm in the cold ocean water. Since their paws have no fur, sea otters keep them warm by rubbing them together.
Rub your hands together. It works, doesn't it?
With its long, smooth brown body, it looks a bit like a log when it's floating.
Do you like seafood? Sea otters love to eat octopus, squid, clams, mussels, crabs, snails, and sea urchins.
You can make a sea urchin by poking toothpicks into a ball of clay or into a styrofoam ball.
Ooh, you'll soon notice that sea urchins are quite prickly, so be careful.
Sea otters usually live near kelp beds, which provide food and shelter. When a sea otter wants to take a nap, she wraps a long piece of kelp around herself. Since the kelp is attached to the ocean bottom, it keeps the sea otter from floating away. Mother sea otters need to dive for food. They tie kelp to their babies so they won't get lost. But when she's sleeping, she lies on her back and she lets her baby sleep on her stomach.
Hey, that's cozy.
They have such personalities, the otter, seals, walrus, and manatees.
Hey, look, some sea lions. Sea lions are a type of seal, and are often called the clowns of the sea. These guys are even more playful than sea otters.
Sea lions are very curious about people and boats. And they love to ride the waves like a surfer. Yeah! Sea lions have long front flippers that move a bit like wings when they swim. When they come to land to have their babies, they walk with all 4 flippers.
Pretend that you're a sea lion. Sit on your knees. Your arms are your front flippers. In the water, you move them like wings to swim. But on land, you have to wobble your sleek body around. Did you know that California sea lions bark just like a dog? Arf, arf, arf. And that stellar sea lions, the biggest sea lions of all, make a loud roaring sound like a lion.
A sea lion! Weddell seals, which are fur seals, are covered with a rich brown fur. These guys love to live where the air is cold and the ocean is full of good things to eat. Weddell seals have special teeth to saw holes in the ice. It often hides in the air pockets between the ice and the water to protect itself from the cold winds.
Like other seals, they are very social and are rarely seen alone. And just like whales, the moms are called cows and the dads are called bulls. But the babies are called pups, not calves like baby whales. Mother seals recognize their babies by their smell, not by their looks. Can you imagine your mother sniffing all over the playground to find you? The elephant seal is 4 times as big as your dad, and with a much bigger nose, I think.
When elephant seals want to make a great noise, they inflate their nose with air, much like you would with a balloon.
The leopard seal is the one seal that's not very friendly. It's the only seal not to travel in a herd. Instead, they travel 2 or 3 at a time. It has black leopard spots, and it's the only seal known to eat penguins and the babies of other seals. These guys aren't very pleasant. The harbor seal, on the other hand, is much nicer and can be found near almost any coastline. The harbor seal is the only seal whose babies are born in the water. All seals use echolocation, like whales, to find their food. Even a blind seal can catch plenty of food this way.
With their sleek bodies, seals can swim 4 times faster than the fastest human swimmers, and they can hold their breath much longer. Sometimes as long as 45 minutes.
Seals have to be very careful at all times.
In the ocean, seals have to watch out for orca whales and sharks who like to eat them for breakfast. Out of the ocean, they have to watch out for people who want their skin for coats.
Can you believe it? Most people have stopped killing them for their coats, but now there's another problem. The seals are getting sick from pesticide poisons and toxic chemicals in the ocean. Maybe you can help think of ways to help the seals.
Here's another art idea. Pressing hard with your crayons, draw a picture of some friendly seals in the ocean. Then use your watercolors to paint the water of the ocean around them. The watercolors will not soak in where you have drawn with your crayon because oil and water don't mix.
Show me your teeth. Did you know there's one sea mammal that's famous for its teeth? How would you like to be known for your teeth?
Well, walruses are because they have 2 enormous tusks. When people hitchhike, they use their thumbs. When walruses hitch a ride on an ice floe, they use their tusks, hooking them onto the side of the ice and pulling their huge body up. Because of their big, awkward bodies, walruses are not as good at swimming as seals are.
Walruses love to eat clams and mussels, and their voice sounds like the bark of a dog with a sore throat. Can you make that sound? Try it. Good.
They have such personalities. The otter, seals, walrus, and
there's one more sea mammal to meet, and she's called a manatee. Manatees are also called sea cows.
They are the only marine mammal that is an herbivore. Even though they seem sluggish, they manage to eat 100 pounds of weeds, grass, and seaweed a day. Well, that's more food than you've probably eaten a month. Sea cows can stay submerged for 10 to 15 minutes without breathing.
Some sailors thought that manatees were mermaids. Perhaps the way they held their babies reminded them of people. I think the sailors needed glasses. My mother did not have thick lips and a bristly face. Does yours?
Okay, try this. Which one is different? If you guessed this one, you're right. Take a look at this picture. Which walrus is different? This one doesn't have any tusks. Look carefully at this picture. Now, which sea mammal doesn't belong? Right, the manatee isn't a seal. Last one. Which of these whales is a toothed whale? This one is a toothed whale. The rest are baleen whales. Very good.